Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and I'm going to be showing you, I don't know if you'd call this an analysis video or a guide or an opinion video or whatever it is, but it's going to be ranking all of the story missions by fun. And so when I say story missions, I'm just talking about the Land of Opportunities story for this video because, you know, it is the main campaign for Red Dead Online. But basically we're just going to be going through all 13 of them and ranking them from worst to best by which ones are the most fun. And since my opinion is pretty much always spot on and actually legally can't be considered an opinion because it contains too much factual evidence, this is going to be gospel truth. So I'm going to need you all to agree 100% with what I say here and defend it to the death against anyone else that might argue with you. So yeah, that's I think it's a pretty reasonable request, but I definitely request that you do that. And with that in mind, if at any point you find yourself enjoying this video along the way, definitely subscribe to the channel because all my content is pretty much a lot like this. So you'll probably like that if you like this. So with all that in mind, let's just dive on in and get started with the missions. So I guess just starting off, just to show you how to get to the missions, you go into your start menu or escape if you're, using a keyboard, and then you go down to progress, and then you go over to story missions, and then you go to Land of Opportunities, and then you can replay any of them. So basically the best way to go with replaying these missions, or I guess playing them for the first time if you haven't, but more so replaying them, is to have your own posse. So to be playing with your own friends, whether that's just one other person or two other people or 3, because the max that can play these is 4 players. So if you've got your own friends and your own posse, then that's definitely the best. But if not, you have to try matchmaking and you'll get paired up with some other people from somewhere in the map. Sometimes it'll be a little level 1 or level 5 or whatever person who just started, doesn't know how to play the game, is terrible at it, and you'll probably fail the mission, or, you'll have to carry them. Or it'll be some level 350 who's done it 100 times and they're going to carry you. Whatever the case is, it offers a decent amount of variation in how the missions play each time. But that's the general, procedure of how you actually play these missions. So let's just start it off with the ranks. So at number 13 we have Kerosene, Tar, and Greed, and this one is going to be the first of what's called the low honor missions. So basically all of these missions fall into one of 2 categories: low honor or high honor. So basically anything from like the middle of the bar, so where it first turns white, all the way to maximum honor is going to be high honor, and anything from where the red first starts down to minimum honor is going to be low honor. So to do the high honor missions, your character has to have high honor, and to do the low honor missions, your character has to have low honor. With all that in mind, this one is the first of the low honor ones, and just the description says, Horley thought you should offer your services to Samson Finch near Dewberry Creek. Industry is in his crosshairs. He has a job to do and some scores to settle. So basically all of the low honor missions, this is the first of them, but all of them lead up to one final mission. And so this one is the first of the setup missions, and I find it to be pretty boring, honestly. And on top of that, I think a lot of other people do too, because if you don't have your own posse, it's almost impossible to play this one because I almost never get anyone to play it with me when I try matchmaking. So Kerosene, Tar, and Greed takes the number 13 spot because it's not very fun and it's pretty dang hard to replay because it seems like nobody else wants to replay it. So then at number 12 we have another one of the low honor ones, and this one is called These Bastards Can Fight. It says go to see Samson Finch. He wants to get preparations underway for the big job. So the reason this one is next, this one could have arguably been 13, so these two are almost interchangeable. It's just another setup mission. It's not very fun. And again, it's hard to actually launch this one in matchmaking. So yeah, I just don't really enjoy this one that much. So that's why it takes the number 12 spot. So next up at number 11, we have Where Your Morals Lead You. So this one is a high honor mission. And it says, Horley said you could put your gun, or a quieter weapon, I like to use a bow, to good use by going to see Marshal Davies. A band of killers is on the loose in tall trees and he wants to bring their leader to justice. So in this mission, you're going to get paired up with this mountain man who's going to take you through the woods. The goal is to try to quietly take out several small groups of enemies before you can find the main group, kill all the bad guys, and capture the guy. It's a decent enough mission in theory, and it's decently fun if you have your own posse of competent players. But whenever I get matchmaked, I have to matchmake to get this one to launch, and I get paired up with someone terrible, I try to stealth kill and kind of show them, okay, we're going to be using knives and bows, try to be careful. They almost always just pull out a shotgun and blast the first person they see, or their revolver or whatever, and then it gets loud and noisy and it's terrible and I hate it. So this this one would be fun if you're playing with people who understand stealth gameplay. Most people don't, and that makes it less fun. So that's why Where Your Morals Lead You takes the number 11 spot. So next up at number 10, we have If the Hat Fits, and it says, Horley directed you toward the Blackwater police chief in Pike's Basin. A con man and outlaw is on the loose. Whether justice is done will depend on your honor. This is one that like I said, it's decently fun. It's starting to get into where I start to enjoy the campaign a little bit more. And the reason why we're already getting into that at number 10 is because this is actually a pretty decent campaign. Most of these missions are pretty fun to play. But this one is still not all that fun. It doesn't stand out that much. Doesn't really have that much memorable about it. Just a tiny little bit of combat, and you do get to make a choice at the end of it. So all the first 3 missions in here, you get to make a choice to do something low honor or high honor, and I like that. But this one seems to be the least important out of them, so that's why I put the If the Hat Fits at number 10. Next up at number 9, we have The Right Side of the Tracks, so the second mission overall in the campaign. It says, Horley said the Valentine sheriff needed some help at Painted Sky. A man named Clinton Arnsdale wants to recover some property off Bob Crawfish. How far are you willing to go will depend on your morals. So this one is, like I said, it's the second mission that you'll probably play, so I think most people will have played this one even if they didn't complete the campaign. And I actually like this one. It's a high honor mission, but you get to make a choice at the end, and the choice is fun. I almost always choose the low honor option just because it's a more fun option. Makes me feel like a Wild West bad guy. But it's basically you go to this place, there's a gunfight, and then you chase down some people. You can't kill them. You have to hog time, and you bring them to the guy, and he interrogates them until he finds out what he needs, and then you get to decide what to do with them after that. It's a fun mission. I like replaying this one. It's probably easily one of the ones I replay the most often. It's not very long, but it's a fun mission, and I like choosing the bad option in the end. Then at number 8, we actually have the first mission in this, and it's called Love and Honor. So it said, Horley told you to call on the tumbleweed sheriff. A young woman has been taken by a gang of outlaws and her husband is concerned. A moral decision will be required. So this one, you're going to be looking for this man's wife. Assume I can spoil it because I feel like everybody should have completed Love and Honor. So basically this guy wants you to find his wife. She ran off with some other guy and they're being protected by this gang of outlaws or whoever the gang is. I don't know, because you kill them all at the beginning of the mission. And then you get the choice to either gun down this guy that she ran off with and bring her back hogtied, or to help them escape. It's funny because almost every single time I did this, I did the honorable one, and the honorable choice is ironically helping this wife, this woman who's married, run off with another man, leaving her husband and presumably family and all their obligations behind. I get a kick out how that's somehow the honorable choice. But anyway, I've almost always done that one, but this last time I was playing through it with my posse, and we decided to do the dishonorable one, and you just gun this guy down and hogtie the woman and bring her back to Tumbleweed. So it's definitely an interesting choice to make, I guess. But the mission itself is decently fun. It's got a gunfight in it, which is always enjoyable, and the background story is kind of fun. It's also interesting how the way you get introduced to it is the Tumbleweed Sheriff is like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. Maybe these guys can help. Like, that's the premise of how you get introduced into it, is they're like, I don't know, maybe these strangers here can help you with your problem because I, the sheriff, am not able to. So it's an interesting premise. The mission's fun. The choice is pretty interesting. It's a good time. So Love and Honor takes the number 8 spot. Next up at number 7, we have Highly Illegal and Highly Moral, another high honor mission. And this one ends the Alfredo Montez kind of storyline. Where Your Morals Lead You was the stealth one, and then Highly Illegal and Highly Moral is kind of where the Alfredo Montez trail ends. And so, well, not really ends, but his story comes to an end. Anyway, you get what I mean, if you've played it. And this one has a decently large-sized gunfight. You get to do some fun. It's fun. It's an action-packed mission. I definitely enjoy playing it. And like I said, you get to deal with Alfredo Montez. So it's a lot of fun, especially if you like a rich white sauce on noodles. So that is number 7. Let's move on to number 6. So at number 6, we have More Than One Way to Earn a Buck. So this one is going to be the second out of the low honor missions that you can do. And it says, Samson Finch told you to meet him near Fort Wallace for more work. He wants revenge on his old company there. So the reason I like this one is because Fort Wallace is this otherwise basically unusable location in Red Dead Online. It's north of Valentine. It's a military fort. And generally speaking, you just can't really do anything with it. But in this mission, you have to lure the army guys out of the fort and then kill them all. So Samson Finch can get his revenge on them and also get some supplies that we need for the ultimate mission. It's fun, it's a decent gunfight, and you get to fight the US Army, in the old cavalry days. So I think it's an awful lot of fun, and that's why I put it decently high on the list. So at number 5, bringing us down to the top 5, we have Destroyed by Grief, which is another high honor mission. Currently, this one is the last mission in the game. I assume that we are going to get more because the story hasn't been finished, but currently this is where the campaign ends, and it says Horley needs to see you. He and Mrs. Leclerc are due to meet Amos Lansing in Blackwater and will require protection. So basically, this is a meetup between Horley, who's the guy who's mostly directs you in this campaign, and Mrs. Leclerc, who is actually your employer, and they're going to meet up with a guy that she suspects of murdering her husband. And so you're going to go to Blackwater. You're going to provide either sniper protection from the top of the from the top of a building, or you can go right along and use revolvers or repeater or shotgun, whatever, and stand right next to her and protect her. But whatever the case is, it turns into a decently big-sized gunfight. It's pretty exciting. It's definitely an interesting set piece, and you get to see Mrs. Leclerc make use of her gun. So it's definitely a fun mission that I quite enjoy replaying. It's, obviously it took number 5, so it's nice and high on the list. All right, so at number 4, we have The Hanging of Tom Davies. So it says Old Man Jones, and he's this weird guy that's weaves in and out of the storyline, usually just talking a lot, but he's interesting, and I get a kick out of him. Also, you can go to him and pay, I think, gold to change your honor if you ever want to. I have never done that because it seems like a waste of money. You can do that just in the open world map. But anyway, it says Old Man Jones needs your help. Marshall Davies has been taken, and it won't be long before he's hanged. So basically, this one's fun because you have to go and rescue Marshall Davies and the tumbleweed sheriff who are about to be hanged by Alfredo Montez's gang. I think it's Alfredo Montez's gang. It's someone's gang who wants revenge against you. So you got to go rescue him. He's being hanged. So you either have to get up there and cut the rope or get him down, or shoot the rope and protect them from getting shot by the gang members, all while taking out a giant gang of enemies in a very small location. So it's action-packed, it can be tense, it's a lot of fun, and it includes some fighting, which I always enjoy. Next up at number 3, we have Bring a GD Posse, and it says Marshall Davies has requested your assistance. Alfredo Montez's men are about to turn Valentine upside down looking for him. And so this one is, yet again, another awesome big gunfight. But this one takes place in one of my favorite places on the map, which is Valentine. And basically, it's a lot like if you've played the new Call to Arms mode, it's a lot like doing that in Valentine, because you and your posse have to set up in there and survive against a large amount of enemies that are going to attack, trying to get into the jails so they can get a hold of Alfredo Montez, who they believe is being held there. It's a fun mission. It's very entertaining. The cutscene is entertaining, and I like the combat. I also like how it kind of makes the Valentine Sheriff look like a coward, which is always fun. But yeah, that's why Bring a GD Posse takes the number 3 spot. So at the penultimate mission in the main story campaign, we have Banks Don't Rob Themselves, which is the final mission in the low honor storyline. So this one is going to be, it just says Samson asked you to find him at the gallows in Saint Denis. You have a bank to rob. So you're going to be robbing the Saint Denis bank, which I know is something that a lot of people want to be more prevalent in this game, myself included. I think bank robberies or large-scale bank heists should definitely be a part of this game, and hopefully they get there eventually. But currently, you can't actually rob a bank in the campaign. You don't get a lot of, the reward is laughably low. You don't get a lot of money for it, but it is very fun to do. So basically, in this one, you dress up as Pinkerton agents or some sort of agents. You're some sort of law enforcement people, and I think you're supposed to be there to transport money, and then you get yourself inside the bank in these disguises, and then you just rob the place, which is always fun. And it's a mission that I greatly enjoy, and I love replaying it, especially with your own posse, so you're not getting matchmaked with randos. But it's definitely fun no matter which way you do it, and that's why it took the number 2 spot. Then finally at number 1, we have Kill Them, Each and Every One. It says, you were told to meet Horley and Mrs. Leclerc south of Armadillo. The men who killed her husband may be holed up nearby. So this mission will see you and whoever you're playing with, whether it's your posse or some random people, assaulting Fort Mercer over in the desert in New Austin, killing a ton of, I can't remember which gang it is, but the gang from that area. I can't remember what they're called, but you're going to be killing a lot of them, and I mean a lot, and it's pretty well defended, and you get to use Maxim guns if you want. They've got the rapid fire cannon things there that are pretty fun, so you get to use those, or you could just run in guns a-blazing. Once you've taken out all of them, there's a boss fight. You got to fight an armored guy, and you'll be wearing armor, so you're kind of in tank mode in this mission, so it's pretty fun for that. Then you get to see Mrs. Leclerc lose her composure and break a law. That's pretty fun to watch, and it helps you get, the information that you need for the Destroyed by Grief mission. Easily my favorite mission out of all of these ones. So that is actually where we're going to end this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely leave a like rating on the video to show me and YouTube and everyone else that's browsing YouTube currently to look for Red Dead videos to watch because they're bored out of their gourd. That way they'll all know that it's an excellent video, well worth their time and effort. And of course, if you've got any comments, questions, concerns, maybe you disagree with my rankings, maybe you I don't know, really strongly agree with them. I guess that's possible. I've never had that happen to me before, but maybe it is possible. Definitely let me know down in the comment section any of that stuff. Leave those down in the comment section. I love seeing the discussion. It's definitely a lot of fun. And lastly, if you haven't already and you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date on every single upload that I release, which is quite a few, especially currently for Red Dead Online. And you'll obviously be helping me reach my goals, which, if I haven't spoken about them for a while, is 30,000 subscribers by September, and we're behind on that goal. We've been doing pretty good subscriber growth-wise, but we're still pretty far behind on that goal, so if you can and you haven't already, definitely subscribe to the channel to help me get there. And then the ultimate goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So with all that in mind, thanks for watching, and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.